This is Eyes on America, Unbiased Truth with Abdullah. Before, before I go forward, I want to explain one thing. Integrity. Integrity is when a person stands up for a reason that all the people are not able to stand for because it is too risky to stand for. That's why encourage. Courage is also is to stand up for things what people afraid to stand for. Before I talk about J.D. Vance, I want you to understand what's integrity and what is courage means. America today in a fork on the road. Because let me go back. Let me go back to explain more things because I want to break it down element so everyone can understand. In hierarchy and monarchy, Abraham Easton, Maslow for hierarchy monarchy of behavior. There is a level, they call it self-actualization. Self-actualization is when a person recognizes this is it. This is it. From here on, what's going to happen? From here and on, what is going to happen? This is where America right now. America now in self-visualization and facing a fact that no swerving around it. It has to engage it straight on, heads on, and tackle it down. Two conflicting ideas will never go together. A group of idea that to stand up for Israel all the time, no matter what Israel, wrong or right, you support Israel. A group of win or lose. This is one hand. Supporting Israel all the time and win or lose. Another group here, younger America first, to hold Israel responsible if Israel misled America to make America accomplishing for benefit of Israel and Israel only. Two ideas, both legit, both supported by very strong group, legal groups. That is where J.D. Vance courage came. J.D. Vance stood right there for America when America in a critical needs commitment from an American, brave, courageous, believe in America first. That is a career destroying thing. That is where courage came from. He came standing for America, regardless of what happened in his career. But that's a courage. Now, before you get mad, and because I'm going to say he is right, before you get mad and jump the gun, I'm going to explain to you why he is right, why he stick his neck out for America when he can be labeled as anti-Semite and all the other description that might follow. He is not anti-Semite. He is one person that support Israel if Israel is right. In life, there are people accept to be fooled, or they numb about it. They just brush it aside. They don't care about it. And there are people that cannot be fooled. Cannot be fooled. You can try to confuse them and do whatever you do, but you won't. You won't be able to fool them. Bob Marley, a singer from Jamaica. You can fool all the people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Think about it. J.D. Vance, when he stood up there and he said, Israel is undermining the President Trump effort of accomplishing peace in Middle East. He is not joking. He is not joking. Because, but don't get mad and jump the gun. I'm gonna explain to you why he said that. And I'll break it to you, I'll give you the facts, and you be the judge. You be the judge. The president asked J.D. Vance to do a mission. J.D. Vance mission impaired because of Israel understand if the roster that's signed by the president carried out, the president will win the war by signature and will bring the peace, and Israel has to be in its border, and that is not good for Netanyahu government. Now, let me go and break it down for you. J.D. Vance and the president know facts that the American public know, and there are facts that the American public does not know. You can watch Channel 12 and Channel 14 in Israeli live TV, and you will know some of the information that I'm going to say right now. The president politely asked Netanyahu government to pull out from Gaza Strip after 73,000 people are killed and 50% of Gaza Strip is taken by Israel. The president created a peace group to carry out the process with Netanyahu government to complete the peace process between Israelis and Palestinians. J.D. Vance and the president know that, and some of you know that. The response from government to Netanyahu to the president of the United States went inside and took 20% more from the Gaza Strip, and they acquired, as if now, 70% of Gaza Strip, and this is still continuing. That's a response for the president of the United States by Netanyahu government. The president politely asked Netanyahu government, hey, my friends, pull out from Syria. The Syria governor today is our friend. He came here, visited with me, and we have some troops in Syria, and we are doing good things. He is no longer interested of fighting with you. He is my friend, and he's doing good. Netanyahu government respond to the president of the United States. It went and grabbed more of Syria land. That's a response for the president of the United States. The president politely asked State of Israel, Netanyahu government, my friends, pull out from Lebanon. Pull out from Lebanon to your border. Because these are Christian people, they have no need to fight you. Hezbollah, his sponsor said, we'll stop them if you pulled out to your border. These are facts. You can check them out. Don't get mad. Cool down and deal with facts. Same way J.D. Vance dealt with it and the president dealt with it. And people like me and others, they just see it. They see it. We see it in the news. Netanyahu government went inside 20 miles in Lebanon and leveled out every village and every town and every bridge that they find in the 20 miles deep in Lebanon, through the border between Israel and Lebanon, from Syria to the sea. That's a response of Netanyahu government to the president. Israel is not sharing all the details with the president and J.D. Vance, because Israel is not taking these lands for its protection. It is not Israel, our friends, younger generation hold it responsible for not being truthful. Today, in Israeli news, Netanyahu government collecting 400 million from settlers that will occupy about 34 settlements in the near future in this land. Gaza Strip, Golan Heights extension towards Lebanon and Lebanese area. 34 settlements. They're already in the news. Israel is collecting money from settlers around the world to bring them to this land. Younger Americans are not happy to see taxpayers' money acquired by foreign governments using United States good intent and support for wrong things. They have a right to do that. They have a right to do that. This is their money. This is their pocket. The dollar coming out from their pockets. The younger America, which is just America, and the traditional America blindly, traditionally, are no longer there. President gave J.D. Vance a mission to accomplish. I personally consider the president first time won the war, won it by signature, just a signature. But the die-hard group fall on ego problem. Hawkish, war hawks. Ego went to the roof. They are manipulated. They are boxed in the idea of supporting Israel. Well, it's good to support Israel if stayed in the border. Do the right thing, stay in the border. Don't make settlement. Settlement is not good. Israel is the only country in the world making settlements supported by us, by America, taxpayers. Younger generations don't like that. And the whole world don't like that. Now, the evaluation by younger generation is to be considered. Now, J.D. Vance mission by the president is the only mission that will stop this war. But to sign the Rasra again. But he has obstacle. Let me first go to explain to you things slowly, so you can be in the same sheet of music of J.D. Vance, Honorable J.D. Vance, and Honorable President of the United States. Mission has three things. You must comprehend as a commander, you must comprehend 100% and to work towards it step by step. First purpose. What's the purpose of this mission? Mission given to you by the president, what's the purpose? J.D. Vance sat down and analyzed his purpose. To save Netanyahu election or to bring peace in Middle East and sign a Rasta with Iran. Two things. Evaluated to sign a Rasta with Iran, the 14 point, a country that hates America. America not funded about a relation with for 50 years. A country that America put embargo and impaired its life for 50 years. A country that until today calling names in the past, things between the two countries are not very good. How to bring a country from that level to sit and sign? It's a very difficult mission for J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance evaluated to save Netanyahu or to do that. Then he picked one of the purposes. Netanyahu, later on, perhaps the president might, Netanyahu government is corrupted government just like the rest of Israeli governors before him. All Israeli governors before Netanyahu, not all, correction, most of the governors before Netanyahu, after their term, they went to jail. They went to jail. So perhaps the president maybe will help Netanyahu not to go to jail. But wait, hold on a second. Let me finish first. The purpose. J.D. Vance picked his purpose, and his purpose impeded by die-hard folks, traditional support of Israel, no matter Israel wrong or right, Israel must win because the Rasta is a total problem. It is a total win for Lebanon and for Iran, and should not be accepted. They jumped on the president, all of them, viciously. They jumped in J.D. Vance. They jumped in the entire Young America crew that participating in the peace process. Kushner and his team, and the locals, who participate, Witkoff, everyone. They jumped on them, winning on losing, winning on losing, winning on losing. They return. The president tried to fix it between here and there, try to just to this is the confusion. Where the confusion happened. This is why we went back to the war. You told the president Iran won. Iran did not win. We won because the hate for 4 years cannot be just like that. Stop the war. Stop the war. If war did not stop, will not be peace. Simple as that. Will not be peace. Let's go step by step. J.D. Vance has picked his purpose. Now, direction and motivation. He has to pick his direction and motivation. And these two obstacles, each one is difficult than the other one. Direction is the Middle East current situation. Current situation is bad because we went back for destroying whatever we can put hands on it, implicated ourselves legally. Don't jump a gun. I will explain to you why legally. We destroyed civilian facilities that we should not destroy. We destroyed it. Our excuse is assumption. Assumption only. Assumption that these facilities has mutual use, militarily wise and civilian wise, and we demolish them or whatever, we attack them, bridges, railroads, because we think they might be helping in supply line for frontline. It might be a help for supply utilization for frontline. 500 miles far away from the front line, 800 miles away from the supply line. But we assume it is used for militarily transporting things. That we have to prove. International law, United Nations resolutions will give Iran ultimate right to respond to civilian facilities if they know these facilities are not used for army purpose. Then JD Vance faced with a big problem, that is the hardline and the hawkish, war hawkish, ego guys send us to war. Iran might destroy all their country, bridges, water purification plants, gas that might assume they selling it to America, refinery that might assume they using it to purify gas to give to America, oil to give to America. Complete chaos will happen in Middle East if we pursue heavily. Until now, I think it is salvageable. If the president said so, if the president say, okay, I'll stop tomorrow and I will send JD Vance and his crew, Young America, to discuss this matter again, that will stop. I imagine the other party might think about it. Now, terrain, that's one obstacle if we able to solve this. But the war as a solution for opening straight, it's not possible. The terrain and the geography give Iranian the upper hand. When you sit, all these commanders, good commanders, when they sit in a situation room and then they put their war plan, they put that in their consideration. They will definitely put that in their consideration. The terrain is very necessary, very important to know. One trailer person, one Iranian person, one Iranian uniformed person with a trailer, drive the trailer with 3 or 4 drones, hide in any ravine or cliff behind any ridge, and dump it on the first ship that trying to move, will impair all the other 2,000 ships from going anywhere. Money. They have millions of dollars in those ships. They cannot risk it by a promise from us. Strait is open, let's go. They say, oh, these guys are still down there, over there on the mountain somewhere. I'm not going. Insurance is too high, and this is my life saving. War is not a solution. Germany lost Second World War, the terrain and the weather, 600,000. 600,000 Russian destroyed them in a heartbeat. 600,000 that broke Hitler's back and made the Allied succeed in Normandy. Weather, they froze to death, and the rest, they ran over by Russians. 600,000 because the Germans do not know the terrain and the weather. Here, Iran is natural fort, natural. Mountain, valleys that very narrow, ravines, and hilltops are very perfectly for attack from long distance. No go. That is a no-go. No troops can land there, or no troops can drive through a sand that's so soft in some area that no vehicle can move with a heavy load. No go. That is a hasty plan. J.D. Vance understood, and the president understood, this is another setup. The war initiated, unnecessary war, initiated by hasty analysis, hasty report. This is a hasty war of continuation. It doesn't go anywhere. Now, purpose, direction, now the motivation. J.D. Vance still has uphill battle. It still has uphill battle. People that hate you, hate you. You did nothing other than made their life miserable for 47 years. Embargo after embargo, leaders assassinated. Now all the infrastructure is destroyed. Scorched earth. You're doing scorched earth. Why should they love you? Logically, why they love you? There is no love, there is no trust. Until today, bad names called between each other. J.D. Vance has a very difficult mission to go back. They say, why are you coming? We call you bad names until today, until yesterday, we call you bad names. But say, look, I came because the president truly believed in peace, and we want to give it another shot. How about that? We're going to give it another shot and see if if this time, if we are not going forward. President has a chance to start this again seriously, because Israel has to pull out. There is no other execution. Israel pull out to its border. Peace will happen. Because if the Iranians sign the agreement, Hezbollah will not attack Israel. Hamas will not sign, because Hamas 2 weeks ago backed off and appointed the leadership to the committee that the President Trump picked, handpicked. They said, okay, we gave up. We are lined up with the President Trump. He wins, we lose for you, for Palestinians. You go ahead, talk to Trump. We out. They're out. Netanyahu don't like that. Until now, he is killing. Until today. What's the excuse? Hamas, all Hamas members gave up to the President Committee. It is not good for Netanyahu government not to stop the war because of the election. Now, leadership. The president to step in strong and enforce his power. To convince Iranian that very leery, very suspicious, and has no trust, you must go through the raster step by step to bring back trust that lost for 47 years. Step by step. Step by step. I imagine when we reach the step number 5, which is the main obstacle at this time, the Iranian will understand these 4 steps already carried out. I imagine they back off. They say, okay, we give you the benefit of the doubt, and I think until now you're doing good, and let's go forward. And that's how it works. That's how this come to an end slowly. I don't think Iranian they insist on Article 5 in the understanding Rasta only because we renege on accomplishing the first step. They did not see any promise for us to show good intent to quell it and to get rid of this lingering problem since Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago. We need to do two things: either to be serious about it, or to tell them, hey, look, we're going to go to war forever. To be serious about it, there is no other solution. No other solution but Israel to accept to be in a three winning case. America will win the war by signature that brought peace by signature. Iran will win American satisfaction and will start advance forward, make business. Israel will win recognition, and peace forever with neighbors. Netanyahu lose. And he might face the same fate of his governors before him. But I imagine President Trump might save him from going to jail for good behavior, not escalating any more problem, not creating any more animosity between him and his neighbors, and pull out to his borders. I imagine the president might do that for him. And everyone will be winning. Win-win for everyone. Israel won peace with its neighbors. Children of Israel will be safe and secure their life to go proudly anywhere else they want, without fear of stabbing, without fear of something flying from other area to explode or anything like that. Netanyahu enjoy the rest of his life just like anyone else. Iranian will enjoy their life like everyone else. President Trump, well, most likely it might be worshipped. I don't want to say. Will be so respected to a level that he will make himself proud until he dies. And that's what it is. Life does not deserve misjustice. Does not deserve misjustice. For Israel to understand, this is life or death of a country. Iranian misery based upon Israel happiness. So now the happiness will be shared with complete understanding. Fear of assumptions. Israel will be destroyed by this, Israel will be destroyed by that. That's 1940s, 1950s. Younger generations are fine. They're dating each other, talking to each other with the internet. Can we give them a chance? Give them a chance to make their own mistakes, to make their own learning, to establish a trust between them. We need to step aside, not to reflect our fears and suspicions or to coerce them to things that only make their life miserable. I believe sincerely from bottom of my heart, J.D. Vance can carry out this mission. The new Young America, Just America vision to keep Arabs in the American friendship, not to let the young generation Arabs line up with the forming power between East and West. There is a forming power in the East, and it is very attractive to a lot of young people. And young people, they're going to carry the flag, not us. We are too old to carry the flag. And this is a time to use the mind, not the anger, not the anger at all. And I wish from the bottom of my heart to support New America, represented in J.D. Vance and young Americans that standing up for America first. And until then, you have a good day.